Hey Game Boarders, I'm Steve Nash.
And I'm Michaela Di Cesare, and here's our review of Munchkin Quest.
Alright, here's a game that is sure to make you laugh, or at least giggle.
Yeah, Munchkin Quest is a parody of all other role-playing games.
For those of you that are familiar with the Munchkin card game, it's basically the same thing, with a board and every room has a different effect to it.
For those of you who are not familiar with the card game, it's still a great game to play if you've played role-playing games before. I say this because some cards have jokes that you might only get if you're a true gamer geek.
So the point of the game is to enter a dungeon with your party, get to level 10, and then exit the dungeon. Sounds pretty easy, right? Well, it's not, because you have your teammates trying to scam you over.
So, you start off at the entrance of the dungeon, and you use your moves to explore a new part of the dungeon. This makes you randomly choose the next room, and then randomly place the different exits to that room. This is great because the map is different every single time you play.
That's the one thing I love. Board games that have random maps. It keeps the game fresh.
Yeah, so once you've moved into a new room, you read the special effect of the room, and then you get to encounter a monster. The monster is a card taken at random from the monster deck. Some monsters are high levels and will ignore you. Others are easily defeated.
What's cool is that you can ask for help from an adjacent group member. In doing so, you get a better chance of winning the fight. But you might have to share the loot that the monster drops with the player who helped you.
Once you've defeated the monster, you go up a level and it drops treasures. These are random items drawn from the treasure deck. They can be classes, races, potions, scrolls, weapons, armors, etc. You can then place these on your character to boost up your fighting level. What's also great is that you can be any class or race at any given time. These cards give special abilities.
If you fail to defeat the monster, you must try to run away into a room that has already been explored.
Now, you shouldn't be fooled by the monsters you encounter, because they get massive upgrades too. For example, if you meet a harmless goldfish, the other players can play cards on it to make it more powerful. The goldfish can become an enormous goldfish on speed, with eyes in back of its head that has a fire-breathing thingy and a big brother.
That's what I meant when I said your teammates will scam you over. At this point, if you can't beat the monster, you run away. If you fail, you lose health.
So, let's talk about what makes the game funny. First of all, you saw how a goldfish can become your worst nightmare, but we should also talk about the items. The assortment of items you find in the dungeon is hilarious. The game artwork is really comical, the gameplay is fast and fun, it's a great party game, but it's only made up of 4 players unless you buy the expansion that adds another 2 players.
So what do you give this game overall?
I'm giving it an 8.5. I loved it, I laughed, and I would play it again.
I gave it a 7 on 10. I just don't like the fact some cards contradict each other and can start arguments. And the rulebook just states, figure it out by arguing. I guess it's part of the role-playing parody, but it sometimes ruins the fun. Some cards need to have more information on them.
I agree with you on that, but nevertheless, it's a great buy for any role-playing fan out there.
So there you have it, folks. To get our latest reviews, check us out on Twitter or follow us on our Facebook page at Bored to Death TV.
Yeah, and you can also send us emails to let us know what games you want to see reviewed on the show.
Thanks again for watching, and happy gaming!